and Grand Marais, and I think this might be about like Newfoundland. Let's take a look at the film right now. I shot this a few years ago of this area. We'll start off the old hotel in Newberry. Newberry, of course, is a town, a rather large town for the Upper Peninsula, but I suppose this would look a lot like Newfoundland. Why don't you Newfoundlanders, Newfies? Can you call them Newfies, Bob?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's kind of a joke situation.
I don't know if that's a derogatory term or not. I hear a number of people refer to that, and I don't know if it's positive or negative. Why don't you write us and tell us a little more about Newfoundland? But I think what you're going to see here in the Upper Peninsula should be very reminiscent. Of course, we have Coast Guard stations because Lake Superior is one treacherous lake.
Yes.
Probably a lot like the Atlantic Ocean. I know there's a lot of shipwrecks in both waterways. We have dunes up in the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore area. Beautiful scenery in the summer, in fact year-round, but there's lots of snow up there. One activity that they do have is catching Menominee whitefish off the breakwall at Grand Marais. These fish come in every spring. We have it in the Lower Peninsula too, but it's quite a picturesque setting out on the breakwall.
Good eating fish.
Absolutely. Here's some reminiscing of the commercial fishery that was once booming in the Upper Peninsula in many of these towns bordering the lake. And now, in the summer, you see lots of sailing. As I said, a lot of people like to get up here to sort of get away from the hubbub of southern... Look in the background there, commercial fishing boat back there. Campgrounds, a lot of campgrounds up there, besides having the beautiful state parks we have in Michigan, which are unsurpassed, really, I think, any place in the country. We also have a lot of local campgrounds. This, I believe, was a county campground run by the county. I came upon some fellows cleaning some stream trout. Hope to be doing that real soon.
Couple weeks, Fred.
In fact, we're going to get up in the Upper Peninsula, I think in August. July, August, we're going to fish for lake trout off Standard Rock. We're going to do some fishing in the streams, so we're looking forward to that. Those are about as tasty as you can get. This Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore has a lot of attraction. We have in the northern Lower Peninsula around Traverse City the Sleeping Bear Dunes, but up in the Upper Peninsula, the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore has dunes, expanse of dunes. They have a boat ride also that you can get on and get out into Lake Superior, look back against the dunes, beautiful scenery.
Yeah, that's something you wouldn't want to miss when you're up in the Upper Peninsula.
Look at that, my son will shiver in his boots.
I know.
That's my son Zachary when he was about 8 or 9 years old. He's going to say to me tomorrow, "Dad, why did you put that on TV?" He's 15 right now. But what my kids are doing there, Zach and Tara, are digging in the dunes in July and finding snow. More about that in a moment. But these dunes do harbor snow underneath them. The dunes will blow over the snow, and it'll be there practically year-round. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful Lake Superior off Grand Marais. Fishing? There was a fellow up there. It wasn't this fellow here. Look at the way it drops off. Can you see? I used a Polaroid filter there, and you can see the drop-off. He's casting out there. In this lake, this is Grand Sable Lake. A guy named Nelson Milks, back in the late 70s, caught a 20-pound, 8-ounce northern pike from Grand Sable Lake. There's some dandies up there. More of that in the trophy report. I didn't have my camera out going down this road when the night before, a fellow drove us down the road just to show us the area, and across this road, a black bear ran 30 feet in front of the car.
Oh, no.
Yeah, an amazing occurrence. But the country up there, as I said, in the summer, this was in July, I wonder if it looks like Newfoundland. You folks out there, look at it real close, because I think it probably does.
Lush and green.
Now we're walking up to the log slide. I'm not sure the history of Newfoundland, but the history of the Upper Peninsula, besides commercial fishing, has a lot of roots in the logging. Along this lake shore here, they had to get the logs into Lake Superior where they could float them onto the logging mills, and this right here was an area where there was a log slide. Had to get it all the way down to the water. You know what those people are doing down there? Agates.
Oh, yeah.
Agates, looking for agates, and a lot of those are washed up along the beaches, similar to the way people look for Petoskey stones around the Traverse City area. Hurricane River, there's a waterfall up there. You know, this is an amazing thing. I talked to some local people who have lived there for 20 years within 10 miles of this waterfalls and have never been there.
Oh, no.
Really. But, you know, I guess this happens all around. How many people who live in Lansing have been to the Capitol? That type of thing. But we go up there and we say, how could anybody miss it? Hurricane River. It's a river not just for its beauty and not just for its trout fishing, but you see where it flows into Lake Superior right here? Those rocks are slippery. And those are rocks under there. The water flowing out there has gotten all the way down to the rocks, and kids slide along the rocks right into the water on some warm days. A lot of fishermen also will be at the mouths of these rivers along Lake Superior and fish for Menominee. That's what those guys are doing right there.
I think if I was going to swim, I'd want to make sure it was in August up there, though.
Yeah, that water is cold. But they catch Menominee in the spring. Imagine there's also some surf fishing for steelhead as they come in the fall especially. Nice territory, nice country, nice campgrounds.
What bait did they use for the whitefish?
Spawn. Predominantly. Look at butterflies. This was in, as I said, in July, as I recall. Here are the kids sliding down the Hurricane River as it goes into Lake Superior. Can you imagine doing that in a trout stream into Lake Superior? A little bit chilly. But there's a lot of fun to be had up there for the whole family. Over the dunes, now we're going to get back to that snow that I was telling you about. Here it is. Ran across some college students. Who else? Made a snowman in July. Now, the snowman was, I don't know if it was anatomically correct. This was before the days when Dolly Parton was queen of the country. But it wasn't really a snowman, I guess. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. That's it. Grand Marais in the northern edge of the Upper Peninsula along Lake Superior, about midway through. Lots of wildflowers, lots of wildlife, black bear. Deer are at the northern part of the range right there, and they're talking about introducing moose into that part of the Upper Peninsula. So you folks in Newfoundland, write to me. Tell us how this looks. Does this look like Newfoundland? The activities you have, the water you have, the terrain, the wildlife. I'm starting to get interested in going there.
Yeah. The hunting's fantastic up there. We've
It
got to
is?
go. We've got to go.
Do they have ruffed grouse?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Possibly spruce grouse? Well, that's it. Grand Marais, M-A-R-A-I-S. That's how it's spelled. A historic site, as many of the sites in the Upper Peninsula are, and I'm sure